previously they were a team that had preferred that Ezreal 4 puff, but instead saying no and, you know, wanting that 200 years of experience behind them.
We're going to go for the Aphelios, the 200 years jokes already. I guess it's not already. We're in the second series.
I've never made one.
Oh, really?
That was my first.
Oh, congratulations.
This
is a big moment for you.
It is, but...
Hey, we've got Yumi Olaf locked in.
Exactly. So we already have this very aggressive skirmishing comp set up for the other side. Obviously, when you have a Yumi on top of you, Olaf scaling really never goes down.
Yeah, we've got a Lee Sin on the other side of the board here for Ning, who, you know, we've seen plenty of Lee Sin out of Ning over the years. He's played it once this split already. And Southwind going to get himself the Thresh. It's so good alongside an Aphelios. It just gives him that extra level of safety.
Exactly. Southwind not really the player we'd expect to bring out the Lulu anyway, so wanting to go more towards this kind of engage and pick-oriented style. And you already highlighted how it's going to keep the Aphelios safe, and that has always been what Southwind's about.
The big concern I have for IG, though, is, look, they have a pretty strong draft themselves, but then you look at EDG's draft. You've got Yumi Ezreal, insanely strong. You've got Yumi Olaf, insanely strong. Like, there's a lot of really scary stuff already happening on EDG's half.
Yeah, EDG have already drafted, you know, the strongest duo in the meta, so not feeling too good for IG, but let's be honest, IG don't typically win out because of their draft anyway.
That's true. They usually just find solo kills in the lane and find ways to force advantages. The Galio has been taken away from Scout, which, you know, historically, it's not the champion you think of when you think of Scout, but he's been playing it this split.
Yeah, but moving over to the other side, I'm actually really surprised EDG banned out the Azir, because Azir has not been a champion, at least this year, that we've associated with Rookie at all.
No, maybe just looking to try and remove some of the later game threats. LeBlanc, however, that is a champion that I would associate with Rookie. Bear in mind his Orianna is still available. It's his most played this split. Granted, it's only 2 games, but it feels strong right now. We're seeing it in other regions. We're seeing players that aren't notorious Orianna players locking it in, so wouldn't be surprised to see him go for that in the mid lane.
Oh, so Ornn is banned, and I would expect EDG to pick top here and go with some sort of frontline option. You do still have something like the Mordekaiser up, since you do have an AD option in the jungler, but no, EDG instead wanting to just blind pick this Twisted Fate, going to give them a ton of pressure around the map, and they've already set up, they have pretty strong teamfight options. They now have pick potential coming out as well.
I think a key thing as well is that this is this really a blind pick? When there are so many mid lane bans and you're against Rookie, you're like, this is probably Orianna, right?
I mean, I feel like you didn't even need to ban the LeBlanc or Azir, and he most likely still picked the Orianna,
maybe.
so...
Maybe. Well, the Orianna is going to be locked in the end, and we'll see what the top laner that IG will go for is.
It's going to be the Jace.
Yeah.
Come on. If this isn't the Jace, I'll actually be surprised. And IG setting up for their traditional just
it could
win.
Be the Quinn. A blind quick Quinn wouldn't surprise me at all from the Shy. It's going to be Jace. Yeah.
And IG's comp just setting up once again to win through their individual laning phases, honestly. They don't have much of a team fight because they don't really have a set front line. They also don't have the greatest disengage options if EDG do want to come into them, which with the Yumi Olaf as well as a Twisted Fate coming in with his Destiny, they definitely can engage.
Yeah. Just look at the mobility on the side of EDG to get around the map, to get on into these plays. EDG drafted for a lot of damage here and a lot of pressure on Hope to be the primary carry of this squad.
Yeah, but still opting into the Camille, I think is pretty interesting. I would have much preferred to see some sort of frontline champion, even if it's some, let's say like a Maokai, right? Just any generic tank can build Bramble Vest, Ninja Tabi against the Jace, have a fine time in that lane. Then you have a really strong front-to-back team comp. You have set up for the Olaf with your Twisted Advance, but instead wanting to opt to fight with the Shy.
As an analyst, I'm sure you would rather see him on a tank. As a play-by-play, I'm excited. We got Camille against Jace up in the top lane. We're going to see a brawl up there. We're going to see the Shy taking on Audi. And Audi, one of the players in the LPL that is finding his opportunities to start stepping up and start becoming a household name within the LPL.
He's looked great. I still remember in their playoff series versus RNG, he had one game on the Mordekaiser, looked great. He obviously had some great Ornn performances as well. So I'm excited to keep seeing how he develops. And overall for EDG, despite the fact that I feel like a tank would have been a safer option, they still have a ton of lockdown in their team composition. Even Camille versus Jace, which is a very fragile matchup. Like, if it breaks one way, it could break that way extremely hard. You have a Twisted Fate in the mid lane. So,
yeah.
He's going to be the one influencing that matchup and helping Audi get ahead.
It's time for our match of the week, though, Lyric. It's IG against EDG, and a lot could happen in this mid lane. As you rightly say, Scout influencing the map, but Rookie looking for the 1v1 in the laning phase. It's time to get this one underway. It's time to kick off this best of 3 match of the week. The online gyos coming on through, but it's time to hit the rift and get this one underway. So IG, we know the strategy from IG, right? It doesn't seem to matter on composition. It doesn't seem to matter what's picked out here. Their strategy is win lane, win game, right? Find some skirmishes in the early game and snowball. If you're EDG's coach coming into this game, what do you tell your players to prep them for this?
I feel like you just set up a composition that gives you like ways to get through the early laning phase and say, hey, because of the way IG draft, we know if we can get to the 10 or 15 minute mark, we will win. Like, there's no way we can't win this game. Kind of like weather the storm.
Mm-hmm. Would you say that they have drafted a composition that can weather the storm? That's the real question.
I mean, yes, because looking at IG's comp, I feel like once we get to mid and late game team fights, EDG should win, so they can just try to force out these 5v5s. Ezreal Yuumi is just too strong. Combine that with the fact that we also have Olaf Yuumi, you have a ton of engage potential coming in. Scout can go for that Messiah route of ulting in with Gold Card, Camille having the Hextech ultimatum. And you can't even play through side lane split pushing with the TF, trying to pull the members of IG apart and then trying to find picks. So EDG have options. IG, smash your lane and push towers.
I mean, that's certainly an option. So they have a option. They could also play around picks as well. They've got the Thresh coming on through with a Jace, a Lee Sin. There's a lot of follow-up if they do find it.
The problem is, so you're playing a pick composition against Olaf, whose Ragnarok is going to make him, you know, immune to CC. Twisted Fate, who can Destiny find every member on the map. Ezreal with his E as well as a Yuumi. And even Camille having that E to jump away. So playing a pick comp into what EDG have drafted is not the best.
Wait, hang on a second, Lyric. Audi's running Comet.
So he's playing...
Is this...
We've seen this in the past, has not been common regularly now, and I'd say it's pretty strange to pick into the Jace because it's a lot more of a short trade with W kind of back off-esque route rather than taking the Conquer and just looking for those all-ins, or even the Grasp as well. So I'd say it's quite strange.
Bit of a weird one, but we'll see how it's going to work out for Audi up towards the top side. Obviously starting with the Door and Shield. He knows that in a melee versus range matchup, he's not going to have the greatest time when it comes to just farming.
Yep, but that's also the reason why you'd expect something like the Conquer, right? Because Audi wants to kind of weather this early game storm, maybe hit level 3, and then start looking for all-ins where he could win. You don't want these short trades where Jace excels, not only because he's a range champion, but also just how his W and Q work in the gun form just so strong.
Nice little trade there from Audi up in the top side of the map. But let's talk a little bit about our junglers here, because we've got Junja coming in for EDG. Bear in mind, in case you guys at home don't know the current EDG roster, Junja and JJ are the two junglers. And we've seen Junja certainly getting... well, I mean, actually, they've played exactly 50-50 up until this game. It feels like Junja has been the more consistent, the stronger jungler out of the two.
And to me, it seems like they changed him depending on what champions they want to play. But in terms of early pathing, kind of reading the map and assessing how the enemy wants to play, I think Junja has been much better to where JJ is very, I'd say very straightforward. You know he's going to go for these early game ganks and play more for the later skirmishes, where Junja's look much more cerebral with how he can play the map.
Yeah, trying to play around what's going on in the game, not just trying to force some plays. Hope does get caught by the Graviton there, but he's going to be fine. No follow-ups from Southwind. But on the other side of that jungle matchup, Ning has been the target of a lot of criticism, especially from the LPL community on sometimes he can be a little bit coin flippy in that role.
He has some moments where he just over-aggresses so much. You see him in the enemy jungle, you don't exactly know why, but I also feel like his role is very unforgiving to the laners he has, right? We know how Rookie's going to... We already see how Rookie's playing this matchup where he's just trying to dominate Scout. We know how the Shy likes to play his lane. Any jungle would have a tough time fitting into the IG system.
It's certainly not a jungle-dependent system, right? These guys they're quite happy to just go for a 1v1, Rookie especially. But one of the big criticisms of IG, and especially towards the top side of the Shy, is over-aggression, right? Ning kind of fits into that criticism a little bit as well, occasionally Rookie. But ultimately, this split, the Shy has looked a little bit shakier than what we've seen out of him in the past.
Yep, ever since playoffs, the Shy just not having the best time, constantly over-aggressing. We've seen
MSC as well.
Yep, even struggling to, like, basic warding for his own lane makes it very easy for him to gank, and actually going to be traded on right now, but not turning into anything. Like, the sad thing is, at this point in his form, it's a win when the Shy either goes even or loses slightly. As long as we don't see the Shy just give up kill after kill, it's a good IG game.
Yeah. And it does feel like he has kind of reeled it in a little bit. Maybe not quite. I mean, he's still the Shy. There's only a certain amount of
and speaking of the Shy,
possible.
EDG want to punish him.
Ning is here already, though, so this is a 2v2 right now. No jungler here just yet, as Junja's still on the way, but the Shy is going to go down for first blood. Audi the one to grab the kill, and Ning committed to the play, but I don't think he should have right here. Ward hops to safety and gets a flash on out as well. Rookie has the shockwave. He is going to commit to using that ultimate. Scout flashes to safety. And Rookie continues to push forwards. Ning is here. They're just going to clear the way.
Still, EDG's coaching staff showing how they understand IG so well. The Twisted Fate pick is just perfect against a player like the Shy, who is always going to pick something like the Jace. You pointed out the Quinn.
Oh, good hook from Southwind. Hope trying to dodge it, but read him like Yumi's book. Hope will clear the ward, though, and they revert back to normal. So tell me again about the coaching staff here for EDG. They really have kind of read what IG want to do.
Exactly, right? Because the Twisted Fate, this Destiny is going to be so useful up against the way the Shy likes to play the game. And even Puff and Southwind we see pushing aggressively pretty constantly.
Audi, he's made a mistake here. You don't get to fight. Oh, he does! Oh, Audi! 1v1's Rookie.
It's kind of more like Rookie 1v1s himself, but great job from Audi baiting him in and getting out. But Ning, not going to find anything.
Oh, close one. Rookie trying to 1v1 the tower while Audi happens to be nearby.
Exactly.
The tactical sweep, though, literally saved Audi's life.
Yes.
That tiny heal stopped the Ignite finishing it.
Yep, you're right. So still was very well played by Audi, and that is also the way we'd expect Rookie to play that situation.
Yeah.
Like, he can't resist going for that, but we are going to see the Soul Laners go back to their normal lanes with Rookie now in the mid lane.
So far, so good here for EDG. We said that the win condition is basically weather the storm, right? So far, they're the ones that are bringing the storm. 2-0. Southwind, yet another hook here onto Hope. Flash out of Hope very early on in this fight, and he's focusing the support, but Puff is low anyway. I'm amazed at the damage they're bringing out right here. Southwind now has nowhere to run because Junja has arrived to pull off the flank. There is no flash, and this will be a second kill for Hope.
And really strange for IG to opt into taking this fight in the bot side when Scout wasn't showing in mid, Junja was invading the enemy jungle. It looked like IG had known that. And we just see the power of Ezreal Yuumi in the 2v2. It's just too strong where Mako didn't even have to use his heal.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Honestly, when we look at the 2v2 with Puff with a PF sword on Aphelios, I genuinely thought that was probably going to go the way of IG, but Hope and Mako proved me very wrong.
You just have so much maneuverability in this duo. And let's take a look at it again where we do see the death sentence hit.
Puff was already half health as well.
Yep, Puff was already low from the previous trades, and Hope just jumping around. And that burst
So
was
nice.
quite unexpected, but like you said, coming out well.
Hang on a second. If you're an IG fan at home, this is not a good sign.
Yeah, if you're an IG fan at home, you want Twisted Fate banned, but going back to talking about weathering the storm, even that goes back to IG's playstyle, not necessarily the draft, right? Because Aphelios Thresh, you don't expect him to be able to snowball on an Ezreal Yuumi. Orianna, though, does fine into the Twisted Fate because you can try to aggressively push him underneath this turret. It's obviously very jungle dependent on you doing that. You're not going to solo kill a Twisted Fate post level 5-6 when he could just wave clear spam his Q. And then top side, well, we've set up this Twisted Fate. Jace isn't going to get to do anything.
Yep, the Shy is going to be camped, at least to some extent, by Scout every single time that Destiny is available. Destiny a relatively long cooldown, but I mean, we've got a replay there. There's nothing that you can do if you're the Shy in that situation.
No, even the lane wasn't even pushing. It was in a neutral spot, even slightly towards his lane. So it's actually strange that we haven't seen EDG go for any neutral objectives off of any of these picks they found in side lanes.
We talked about EDG reading what IG wants to do. Ning moves up towards the top side, but Junja is already here, waiting in the brush. The Shy is going to step forward for this. You know he is.
Yep.
He wants the turret plates. You can feel it. He's going to be caught out here. Flash still not available. Stun doesn't go in, but the Hextech ultimatum does. Just get knocked out by a Thundering Blow, but Junja flashes to finish the kill. We've talked about the other solo laners, but Audi is getting monstrously huge.
And this matchup, very fragile. If it starts swaying in the way of the Camille, you're not going to need the Olaf and Twisted Fate soon. You are just going to be able to constantly solo kill this Jace, lock him down with your ultimate, and there's really going to be nothing that he can do.
And I think the Shy has just acknowledged that this is no longer a winnable matchup. He's gone and he's bought the cull at 11 minutes in the game. That is a really late cull.
Yeah, he's just going to sit back, play a bit more passively. The decent thing for him being on this Jace is the enemy doesn't have any true tank, so your poke will be viable at all stages of the game. But at the same time, EDG have so many ways of running at your composition, I don't feel like you're ever going to be able to sit back and throw out those EQs.
Yeah, it's going to be tough. But let's just talk a second here.
Oh.
Hang on, we don't have time. Rookie's in trouble. It's stunned up. I just look at the pick. What can you do? Now the TP from the Shy as well. We call those ones unlucky teleports.
You know, as someone who is a former coach, I don't like to give coaching staff like full blame or even responsibility for a good draft. But this game just feels like coaching difference. But again, for IG, we know it's not coaching, right? Their players have done this for years through many different iterations of coaching staff.
This was not hard to research, right?
Exactly, right.
Like, you're going into IG, you kind of know what you're up against. They're not going to vary it. They're not going to mess around. They know what they want. You know what they want. It's just whether or not you can beat them at it.
Yeah, it just kind of makes you wonder how IG's like reviews and draft discussions and all these things go where, again, let's be fair. They have players that have won the world championship, and also this is very org dependent, not coach dependent, but how can you try to force them into your system or force them to play picks you think are better or compositions that are more holistic than what they put together?
Can you imagine going into a meeting about the draft, the Shy is sat there, widely regarded as the best top laner in the world.
Ever.
And you go to him and you say, you know your favorite champion, Jace? I don't think we should pick it today. he turns to you and he says, I'm the Shy. And that's the end of the conversation.
You know, he probably starts to say that. He just turns.
He just looks.
Yeah. Goes on stage, just locks it in.
He just like turns around, stares you in the eye as he clicks lock in on Jace.
I don't want to speculate this, right? Because ultimately, we don't know how their team works. Throwing out that caveat, this is
a hypothetical.
Yeah, this is some lighthearted banter into the guessings of inner workings of IG, but
which I want to believe. I want to believe that is how the draft conversations go. And you're like, look, rookie, control mages aren't that good right now. He immediately hovers Orianna.
You know, rookie, you can't blind pick Orianna into any matchup, which actually is not exactly true.
I was going to say, Orianna's like...
I feel like Orianna's only true counter seem like Lucian, which is a weatherable Storm, and Xerath, who, I mean, who doesn't Xerath beat?
Rookie sometimes. Because he's just that damn good. But, like, I mean, let's just talk about this mid lane matchup. Because we set it up as these two, like, you know, old school players that they've been around the block in this mid lane, right? Scout, very much doing what we expected. Push the wave, roam. He even picked for it. Like, we've seen him playing the Galio, now bringing the Twisted Fate. He realizes that this is rookie on Orianna. I don't need to 1v1 this. I don't even want to 1v1 this. In the meantime, we've got a hook in the bottom lane as Hope has been caught out. Final chapter is going to find a route. And Puff actually used his cleanse too early, flashes forward. One more auto, and Puff finds one, but he's going to be answered as Audi's here and cuts him down.
Yeah, great play coming out from Puff. The fact that he did have flash means he wasn't able to secure that kill this time around.
Hook goes onto the minion. Southwind throws out the Dark Passage like, it's okay, guys, we don't need the hook. And Ricky and Ning disagree.
There is a Twisted Fate with Destiny in the mid lane, so I definitely would not opt for that plane. Talking about Twisted Fate and Destiny, for EDG right now, you have a very formulaic next few minutes of the game where, depending on the objective, so let's say, 2.5 minutes, you wait, you make a play with that Destiny, you find the pick, you translate that into a dragon, rinse and repeat for whether it's Rift Herald, a following Infernal Dragon, or a turret.
Yeah, EDG, and let's bear in mind, when we were talking about the compositions and more talking about how you play against IG, we said, hey, first 15 minutes, weather the storm. EDG have done far more than just weather the storm. They've got a 3K gold lead right
EDG are just showing that they are not a team that IG can disrespect with the way they both draft and play the game, right? Like, if IG are going to beat EDG, they need to play like a true team. They need to draft something that has more holistic and clear win conditions. And from EDG right now, you now have this Camille that will never die to Jason a side lane unless they commit Ning there as well. Scout can always follow this ultimate and make it a 2v2, which they will win. And you can still win out on the opposite side of the map as well, because you'll then have a numbers advantage.
And that's the beauty of this Twisted Fate pick, right? You pretty much always, assuming you're playing correctly, can make sure that you're the ones with the numbers advantage. And I'm just excited for EDG. To have a lead this convincingly, to be playing this convincingly, is a really good sign for this team that wants to make playoffs. Scout is going to be able to get himself out of here. He had the Ghost from Unsealed Spellbook, flashes away as well. 4 members committed from IG, and no kills taken.
As a Twisted Fate aficionado, I love seeing that new Ghost come out where it activates instantly.
Yep. Just able to dash on out of there. Poof. He won't be so lucky. His cleanse was on cooldown, and it means he's caught out and finished off. 45 seconds until Inferno.
I guess appreciating that Ghost change has nothing to do with Twisted Fate, actually. So,
yeah. I would say that's more of a Hecarim thing. And Darius.
Hecarim, Darius, Victor, but Twisted Fate, when you take the Ghost when you're running Unsealed Spellbook, does feel so nice.
Yeah. Any Unsealed Spellbook champion, right? You can always just go for the Ghost. And Scout, in the meantime, gets to just move down towards this bottom side, and he's going to get a lot of damage on the turret. Won't quite be able to finish things off as Ning and the Shy arrive. But this Drake spawning now on the map.
Ooh,
Hang on.
Scout actually dead.
Flash from the Shy. Scout, yeah, he's got no summoners. Despite the spellbook, Ning finds himself a kill. This opens up an opportunity for IG without a mid laner. Maybe they can contest for this Inferno.
IG should just be able to take this. Audi doesn't even have TP, so when he does go put pressure on the side lane, wouldn't be able to follow up. So bit of a misplay coming from Scout. It also goes back to the previous play we'd seen where Scout used Destiny, to where I'd much prefer they play around that cooldown with an objective timer and try to turn that into something tangible.
The first Herald, though, it hit the tier 2 very early on in the game, and Audi now gets to reap the reward for that. Herald's about to spawn as well. So despite losing the Drake, ultimately EDG still come out ahead in this trade.
Going forward, other than punishing EDG's mistakes like we just saw on the bot lane, I feel like IG's only real chance is to keep farming up, get this Orianna, let's say 3 items, and then try to force a 5v5 where you can hit some sort of, game-changing ultimate.
Do you want to know something really amusing as well? We're going to have a Cloud Drake spawning next, which means that the Rift has transformed into the Cloud Rift. Cloud Rift just got buffed, so it's now 35% movement speed in those cloud zones. Guess what EDG's composition wants to do? Rotate around the map. EDG just have everything going that way.
Yep, and we see them highlighting it now where we do have more Scryer's Blooms, and like you point out, it's 35% movement speed out of combat, to where before it was 20% movement speed at all times. So I'd say this change ultimately feels nicer, especially as the winning team, where if you're the losing team and the winning team's forcing onto you, that 20% feels nice to try to get away.
Yeah.
As a winning team, though, you can just easily force into the enemy jungle.
You can see it on Junjia there, just zooming through the map. on this Olaf. And
right, another champion that really loves that change as well.
hey, guess what? We already have Mako giving the zoomies to his team on a cloud map. Before Junja actually gets into combat himself, he's going to be flying at the enemy team.
Yes, he will. And so the name of the game for IG is Turtle, defend, put down some defensive vision, collect waves near your turrets, and minimize that damage. Pick up some blue trinkets, make sure that EDG don't rush a Baron. For EDG, just keep playing around your globals. You not only have TP on Twisted Fate, but you keep having that Destiny. You can push out whatever side of the map Olaf hovers to, and Olaf can safely hover towards the side lane since Twisted Fate can always follow up if IG make a play somewhere else.
So, I mean, you mentioned hunkering down for IG here. Let's talk late game then. Let's say that they can stall out for the next 20 or so minutes. What does a team fight look for them? How do they actually execute on this strategy?
I still feel like if it comes to a straight 5v5 team fight, EDG should win because they have ways to lock down Aphelios and Orianna, right? You have the ultimate coming out from Audi. You have Olaf, who's going to have all the movement speed you pointed out, as well as being kind of brought up by the Yuumi. Twisted Fate can also ult in with a gold card. So they have tools to deal with IG's comp, and IG also don't have a true front line anyway. So Ezreal going to have a very easy time deleting the members of this team. For IG, it really is kind of praying that the members of EDG group up too close, and you do hit that 4 or 5 man shockwave that can change the game.
Yeah, 4 or 5 man shockwave with an Aphelios there. If he's got the Infernum, the Moonlight Vigil will delete a team that's stacked up.
So you really need everything to go in your favor, right? It's going to take EDG not playing to 100%.
So you're kind of relying on EDG's mistakes, which is not a great win condition. It doesn't give you much ability to be proactive.
Their mistake or your insane outplay, which we've seen from IG before,
look,
but
if there's a team that's going to make an insane outplay, it is IG, but it's usually early game insane outplays,
I feel
right?
like top esports is taking that mantle.
True. They're trying to steal it away. First they stole the AD carry, now they're trying to steal away the accolades.
Oh, God.
Oh, my goodness.
It doesn't stop. The LPL intro video.
I know, where they stare each other down. Jackie Love got the best of that divorce, that is for sure. Well, so far, he hasn't won another world championship yet.
I did see, it was pointed out on stream that Rookie did give Jackie Love hey bro, go do what's best for you.
Yeah.
No hard feelings.
Yeah, I mean, obviously we're hyping it up. I don't think that there is I don't think it was an actual personal betrayal, you know? As is often the way with these teams.
You're supposed to be selling that story. You're the storyteller here.
Yeah, well, I'm telling true stories, you know?
Whoa.
Like Audi getting outplayed in the top side. Nice kick there from Ning.
Yeah, that's great coming out from him. I mean, really no other way to sell it. It was beautiful. Great mechanical play from Ning. Mechanics have never been an issue.
They're going to stop Baron.
Oh, God.
We've got an Aphelios on our hands. He's got his chakrams. This is a little dicey, though. They're going to start things off.
Oh, God, they could do it.
They're going to try, at least. Here we go. Final chapter across the team. Ning still tanking this one up. 2,000 on the Baron. Junja, you got to get in there, mate. It's going to be taken by IG. Ning very, very low in the Shy, getting onto the backline here. He's going to be chased on down, slowed and finished off by Hope. The rest of the team recalling. Oh, the Q goes through. It's not going to be able to stop many of them, but 3 will fall. Ning desperate to escape. Can he get the recall? The answer's no. Hope with a triple.
Ultimately, though, IG do still have a Baron buff, so they can try to push waves and, set up for a pseudo siege with the Jace, but EDG's comp still just has so many tools to play this game.
He took so much damage from Rookie on the way in. Shockwave is there. This is the outplay we were talking about. Rookie is a monster.
And EDG need a tool.
Can they actually keep going on this one? Nice cleanse from Hope in the last possible second. Flash from Southwind to keep himself safe. Rookie has to back away from this one.
This is so tense. I keep expecting so much more to happen than what actually is, but EDG need to take this slower, be more patient, set up your 3 lanes, play around your destiny.
Rookie is a beast.
Yes.
Rookie is so damn good at League of Legends.
True.
I just love watching Rookie play, man. But that is going to be another Drake. Actually, that's the first Drake of the game for EDG. It was IG that managed to get the first 2. So actually, when it comes to neutral objectives, IG are way ahead this game.
Yeah, IG doing a good job of Again, just all of this stemming from that one pick they were able to find with Ning.
And this is exactly what you were saying before. It's like, look, you look at the compositions, you look at the way that the game is going, you're like, this doesn't feel like it's winnable for IG, right? It feels like this should all be going the way of EDG. But then IG just do IG things, find themselves advantages just miraculously.
Oh, we're going to see them be able to siege this down. Audi just going straight to top side, so they're not even going to react. IG can try to actually siege for an inhibitor.
Audi no TP is going to start the recall here. Ragnarok means that Southwind can't find an engage, but already half health on this turret. They're going to be able to finish this one off. Nicely done here by IG. They can't overstay. We do have the Destiny available for Scout in just a few seconds' time. IG going to stack up in the brush, but obviously Destiny will give complete vision in a second.
Still no objective up for the side of EDG, so just wait it out. Wait out for that next Baron or next Dragon to come out before looking for one of these plays. I guess if they find a good enough pick, right, they can get Audi set up in a side lane, have Scout push up towards top. They can maybe look to force a base play, but here we see IG were able to force the Baron with having man advantage. EDG trying to stop them. Great Q coming in from Hope. Sadly not able to stop those other two recalls, but they at least do get on top of Puff, and they're going to be able to finish Ning off here as well.
Just a split-second difference, and that Q from Scout would have stopped the recalls. That would have been 5 kills, and we'd be looking at a very different game state right now.
Like, we're at the point where still IG need to commit 2 members to kill Audi, right? So if IG commits 2 members bot, you need to collapse on the enemy with your Destiny.
Oh, Puff's in trouble. You mentioned how strong Ezreal Yuumi is. Now the Shy the target. Damage coming on through. The slow is there. He tries, but with a death stance, there's nothing he can do.
And even Audi's going to be able to push in bot and get that outer turret. EDG actually might even be able to take mid as well.
EDG are putting their foot down right now, stepping on towards this mid lane inhibitor. They'll be pushing in the bottom lane as well. The rest of the squad can rotate down because that minion wave is still pretty huge. Mid inhib falls. Hope going to clear the wave. And you can see all of EDG starting to rotate over. Rookie there though, so the pressure is real from IG. EDG can't disrespect and just walk straight through the base.
Nope, they are going to have to rely on throwing out that poke from Hope, but I would expect them to reset right now. I wonder why Scout, I was going to say Scout's actually in their base clearing out minions right in front of Inhibitor.
Because he's got the new ghost.
Hey.
He's out of there. See ya.
But going to wait for the next Dragon to come up, and now EDG are going to have so much pressure on the map, but still the nice thing for IG when an inhibitor does go down, right, is that guaranteed farm and gold coming into you.
Yeah.
And mid lane inhibitor is kind of the least useful one since you can't, there's no opposite side of the map to pressure, right?
Yeah, it's easy to rotate in and out of the mid lane, when you're, especially when you're in your own base. Oh, one of the crazy things, honestly, about this game to me is when you look at EDG, they've got 2 towers ahead. They're 14 kills to 4, but they're only 3,000 gold up right now.
Which EDG have been known to make some mid-game decision-making mistakes in the past. That was actually probably their biggest fatal flaw in Spring, where even with this comp, right, it's very straightforward, very clear how you'd want to play this tug-of-war with both sides of the map, still not always pulling the trigger, and sometimes pulling the trigger at the wrong time.
The decision-making has left something to be desired a couple of times in Spring. But despite a couple of errors, and most specifically that one pick on Audi that really set everything up to potentially collapse, IG were willing to pounce. Audi could get picked again, because Southwind is down on the bottom side of the map. But Audi's going to get away on the blast cone here. And as you rightly said, we saw very much slow pace for a few seconds there, but now Baron's up in 5 seconds, Dragon's up in 20.
And we're also seeing the benefit, we've already pointed out with the mid inhibitor, how easy it is for IG to tunnel in their base at this point and just keep trying to stack items on their carries.
Oh, Ning has found Audi, kicks him on back. Hextech ultimatum to keep Audi safe, but the Shy flashes finishes the kill. Another pick going the way of IG here. A Scout split pushing in the meantime.
Well, he used Destiny, right? He popped it, but they weren't in position in mid to try to punish their 3-man core. And this is also a side effect of the fact that they've taken literally everything else on the map, right? So if IG do commit to killing Audi and their IG is just in their base, the other members, there's realistically no way you can collapse on them with your 4-man as EDG.
And ultimately, this is appalling timing for EDG because Audi got caught out right as Drake and Baron were both spawning. Not only is this a Drake for IG, despite being so far behind the entire game, IG have found themselves on Soul Point.
Yeah, IG keeping this game a lot closer than we expected. After draft, I'd at least say, coming in, we thought it'd be a very close brawl, but IG have always been known to do this, and I want to highlight the fact that Rookie is at 3 items and even going with the death cap, so he's maximizing damage as much as he could.
Yeah, I mean, Rookie, he's playing Season 4 Orianna right now. He's playing the I'm going to ult and everyone's going to die kind of Orianna. He's got himself a stopwatch as well, so he'll be a little bit safer during those fights. And with Baron on the map, IG have to really respect the fact that EDG can burn through this one with a very strong Ezreal coming out from the bottom side.
And if you do play for the Baron bait, it means that IG have to come out further on the map. So if you keep Audi in the side lane split pushing, and they do try to go for the shy ending, looking for that kill again, ideally, you would either A, like you said, have burned the Baron already, or B, IG are now in a more vulnerable position where you can collapse.
Just going to be taking everything away, clearing the jungle, so IG have less to work with. And now on towards the Baron. There is a ward, though, so IG are completely aware of everything that's going on.
I don't think EDG should care. I think they should just go for it, have Audi show back in bot, and if IG send all 5 men to commit to stopping your Baron, well, Audi then can pressure inhibitor turret.
Yeah, fair enough. I could agree with that one, but EDG decide not to commit to the Baron regardless.
You assume they probably have some key items to buy. It does look like Audi's sitting on the Starex gauge. So, yep, he was sitting on the Starex gauge.
I mean, we just finished a Bloodthirster for Hope. I was not expected to see a Bloodthirster this game.
Look at Scout.
Yeah, he's going for the rapid-fire cannon.
Yeah, so going to go for those long-range gold cards.
There it is. Just got finished off. EDG just hit a lot of power spikes, actually, across the board. All 3 of your carries just got big items.
And for anyone wondering why you go rapid fire cannon when you've already built AP, it still does help with your DPS in the fact of your damage coming out from your E, as well as obviously extending the range for you to hit that gold card and give you a bit more safety and a bit more pick potential.
Yeah, and I think that's the most important thing about the item, right, is extending the range.
Yep.
As Hope being quite aggressive on this Ezreal, as you'd expect, especially when you've got a Yuumi alongside you. Hope is going to be able to walk around with a lot of freedom. Rookie has the Zhonya's, keeps himself safe, flashes out of the fight as well. Ning had a stopwatch too, and he's also going to flash. So Destiny used, it gets 2 flashes and 2 stopwatches.
But this is the decision-making we talk about for EDG.
Hang on. Puff's in trouble, flashes forward onto Hope, but Cleanse on the Gravitum. Southwind tried to go for Audi instead. And, well, I guess it's decision-making for IG too.
Still, IG's comp isn't the one that has the proactive options available to where we can see Audi just continue to play around bot, keep seeing EDG try to pull IG towards Baron, but instead blowing everything, trying to find a pick. And sure, they did get some summoner spells, so if they wait to do it again, it will be more guaranteed, but it doesn't seem like the best option with the tools they have available.
Yeah, bear in mind though, we've gone past level 16 now for Scout, so you can see the Destiny already almost off cooldown again, so they can rinse, repeat. You're absolutely right though, I'd love to see the split push coming through. IG now looking to answer because they know Baron has already kicked off right now. 5,000 on the big purple worm. Stacking up right here, IG want to go for a team fight. Scout locks in the gold card, but he's not going to be able to be in range of the Shy. In the meantime, look at Audi.
He's pushing minions, which he could be doing on the bottom side of the map with a ton more pressure. But he wasted TP in the last engage, so actually now he cannot.
Ooh, Southwind could have been in trouble there. Hope can't quite get the slow. Means we reset once more. 40 seconds until the Cloud Drake. And this would be solved for IG, but in the meantime, EDG rinsing and repeating. They go straight onto the Baron.
And Ning is nowhere to be found. The Shy as well.
Everyone's off to the bottom side of the map right now. EDG, commit to it.
EDG.
Commit to it, please. Destiny's on cooldown, so they don't have vision. EDG started up once again. True Shot Barrage across the team. They're looking for the fight, and they found themselves Audi, but the Shockwave whiffs completely. Scout's still alive as the Shy couldn't finish the kill. And it's an easy pick for EDG. Now chasing down the Shy. They're looking for more. Shy wanted to turn it, but just doesn't have the damage. And with a gold card, he's shut down.
You know, even that fight, EDG come out ahead, but I feel like you should be disappointed as an EDG fan, because even that fight was started by Southwind landing a death sentence on Audi.
Rookie is going to go down here. Even Rookie can't win out that fight. Now, finally, this will be the Baron.
Yeah, EDG can secure...
No, it won't! All right. You go, Larry. It's your turn.
Well, actually, yes, it is, because they just figured out they can take both objectives, but Ning's actually going to be here. Ning is a jungler. He has Smite. He doesn't execute on his Q. Ooh, Aphelios is here as well.
So is Junja. So they're going to be able to get the Cloud Drake and a Hex Tech Ultimatum, so Ning is stuck at the other side of the wall. Will be finished off. Audi, though, gets deleted by Puff.
I love that Hope and Mako were spam pinging assistance on the Baron.
They're like, guys, please.
Don't fight them.
Well, I think...
Oh my god, they're not getting the Baron either.
If there's anything that we have established this game, it's that EDG have some serious shot-calling woes right now. Hope jumps in onto the Shy. He had the exhaust, and it means that the Shy can't finish this kill off. Or can he? Hope solo to the Baron. Junja arriving, the heals coming on through. Just hit anything, please, Hope. Misses so many Qs. Now Scout's in trouble. Rookies arrive. Destiny being channeled. The Baron got denied once again. This game is nuts.
This game is something else. We have a 7-1 and 7 Ezreal, a 4-0 and 5 Olaf. We have a Twisted Fate. You have so much global pressure, Munch, and sure, they can win teamfights too. They should win teamfights too, but they're so hesitant with picking either option. They don't want to split push and pull IG apart and play with their globals. They don't want to force a fight at Baron. Again, that last fight started with Southwind getting the hook, not with EDG engaging.
I love how upset you are at EDG not making these decisions. I mean, I'm upset too. I would love to see EDG
even IG fans
making strong decisions.
If you're a fan of League of Legends, you should be upset right now at EDG. I'm sorry, EDG, but...
I just want to clarify, though, there are a lot of fans of League of Legends that are used to teams not knowing how to make decisions, such as NA fans.
Oh, God. Don't do it like this. Actually, no.
No?
You should commit. You should commit.
Okay. Well, I already did.
Oh,
so, I don't know what you want me to double down?
Yes.
Just flame some specific teams now?
I'm ready for it.
Well, TSM didn't look that good in day one. Oh,
jeez.
Take that, North America. That's your home region, Jordan. You should be proud of them.
Well, never coached in an A. Have coached most of my career in the LMS.
That's true. Does that make Bjergsen an American player?
Yes.
By the same logic?
It does.
Incarnation. Or Jensen. I still call him Incarnation, years later. I wonder if he's still as toxic.
Sorry, I paused right there because I'm like, okay, we're getting something. We're starting to see a Baron play started, but once again, we're not. But actually, now it's nice that EDG are taking the slow. If Audi commits bot and goes to put pressure on that inhibitor turret. There we go.
They're going to do it. They've made the decision. They're going for the split push. They were waiting for the TP to come back up. Audi, he even got an auto attack in that time. Progress. Progress for EDG.
We're making small steps. But see, that's when
steps.
When Audi's hitting turret is when the rest of EDG need to be hitting Baron. Putting pressure on both sides of the map. The Shy has no TP to answer. But instead, we clear a wave. We back off. EDG's not doing the Baron.
Hey. Again, we got a couple of hits in this time.
Let's reframe this.
Okay.
Let's stop
Talk me
abusing EDG and let's praise their patience, because patience is a virtue that is hard to come by.
Yeah. I mean, patience is really a rare virtue in the LPL. Of all regions, if there's one thing the LPL lacks, it's patience. So I can't really argue with that. But I don't really feel like when you're already at 6 items on your Ezreal, your primary carry, I don't think patience is really
I also feel
primary
like,
goal.
I feel like patience is the wrong word and indecision is the better one. And right now, right, this is the time where both the Shy and Rookie are extremely strong, have so much burst against this no-tank EDG composition. One great ultimate from Rookie, and pretty much everyone on EDG goes down.
And look, we talked about it earlier. The win condition for IG is pull off a miracle outplay. We've already seen Rookie trying to do that this game, and it's not even difficult to imagine IG pulling that off. That's the kind of team that IG are. I honestly think the patient game here for EDG is a straight-up negative thing. Like, there is no positive outcome to just playing this slow. You just allow IG more time to do potential IG things.
The later the game goes, the more, like, coin flip erratic it gets, right? Because you get to the point where everyone's 5 or 6 items, the wrong misstep on the map can get you deleted, and then the game is lost because death timers are so long.
And we've already seen Audi make a couple of wrong missteps in this game. Still be a third Drake, though, for
Even
EDG.
here. Okay, so EDG getting the Drake, but...
Oh, no. IG, they're going to go for it. Onto the Baron. Here we go. Audi's now committing to the split push, by the way. I don't think this is really the moment, Audi. Baron goes down, and IG do IG things.
Well, this game will keep going, inching more towards the 50-minute mark.
Audi, we've been begging you to split push this entire game, and the moment you choose to start is when IG start Baron.
You know why this happens? Because we didn't get a Maokai. I'm just saying, if you had a Maokai, there's no indecision between do I split push or do I group. If you split push on Maokai, well, I mean...
A decision has definitely been made there, but it ain't the right one. We're getting to the 6-item point across the board here, Lyric.
Wrap your mind around this. The Shy is 1-8-1, and in a position where it's very real that he wins this game.
I just love that. I don't know.
And this is the right choice by IG. Don't try to fight Audi in the side lane. Just group and hope your spells hit.
Watching this series, I was really hoping that this was going to be like just an insane series of just pure top-level play the entire time. And mechanically, to an extent, we are seeing that. Like, certainly Rookie has showed up in a huge way. But the decision-making, or lack thereof, from EDG has just been so heartbreaking. Nice Ragnarok from Junja to keep himself safe, but now with the Baron,
and look at Scout.
IG are the ones pushing.
And Scout is nowhere to be found. He's actually split pushing in the side. IG might even go for the end.
They're just going to end the game. They're just going to end the game. They don't need to defend against Scout. He doesn't have TP. Teleport coming through from the Shy as he rejoins. Redemption used that onto the Nexus Towers. In they go. Hextech Ultimatum spread out the team. Hope finding 1 kill to start this one off. Scout finally arriving onto the squad, but he goes golden. Hope still alive, still popping off, still doing the damage. Rookie can't escape, slowed down. Triple for Hope, and EDG finally find their fight.
Munch, are you telling me that a 6-item Ezreal Yuumi can win team fights?
Yeah,
is that what you're saying?
Believe it or not, Yuumi and Ezreal is a pretty strong duo.
The greatest engager EDG has on their team is IG. We've seen that all game long. EDG won't pull the trigger. IG will do it for them and force them to win a team fight.
Please, EDG, win the game right now. You have to. Audi forced away, but Yuumi there to heal him up. Ning just trying to buy time, just trying to pull them away from the base right now. The Shy using a cleanse, using a QSS, walks away. Another inhib will fall. But the death timers, people are respawning. EDG can't close out the game.
And we get to go for another round.
Drake is up in 2 minutes. That'll be Soul. Granted, it's only Cloud Soul, but it still matters.
It's pretty rare that we're 45 minutes into the game and there's still no Elder on the table.
Yeah. Honestly, if there had been, maybe this game is already over. Maybe it's an easier game for EDG if they had controlled the Dragons earlier.
And here we see IG were going for the end like they should have. We see the Shy TPing in, but looks for the pick, but Hope does flash away.
If the Nexus wasn't there, I think he would have got the kick. But the Nexus is there.
And at the same time, I still don't believe that IG's comp wins team fights at this point in time. So we just see how strong the Ezreal Yuumi is. I feel like even had they taken down more members of EDG, it doesn't matter. This Ezreal's going to be so hard to take down.
The funny thing is, IG know this. IG agree with you. Based on the way they've been playing this game, they have been avoiding fights at all costs. They're like, we know we don't win. Let's just hope if we can drag this out long enough, maybe, just maybe, EDG will throw.
That's great, right? The fact that IG understand that they shouldn't win in these scenarios and are looking for those tiny windows where they do, but EDG doesn't see it, is something else.
Yeah, it's a worrying trend, to stick with the NA memes. Rookie is going to be trying to clear the minions, but it looks like with the Shy off to the side, Audi and Scout not going to be willing to take the 2v2. Would have added a little excitement here, but we go back to
and we also have a
endless push.
6-item Aphelios, so
yeah.
This game right now is at a knife's edge, honestly. These fights, the smallest mistake decides it.
We are beyond the point where it's like, okay, EDG wins this because of their gold lead. The gold lead doesn't even exist anymore. Even if it did, we're at the point where there are so many items that gold leads don't matter. So you're against an Aphelios, you're against an Orianna. If they both ult at the same time onto multiple people, the game's over.
Yeah, I like that. Very, very simple way of describing the state of this game. Inhibitors down on both sides. The fact that this is a 22-8 game, like, you would never believe that.
I would.
Okay, you would believe it if you saw it, but if I told you, hey, you know, EDG were 22-8 over, okay, if I mentioned IG, maybe you would believe it, actually. If I left the team names out, it'd be pretty ridiculous.
The thing that I wouldn't believe about this game, honestly, Lyric, is the fact that this has been a 46-minute game, and EDG have not ramped up over these 46 minutes. They had the lead the whole time. They just don't know how to end the game.
No, they've had these globals that...
Maybe they've done it. They've cracked the code. They've taken an inhib tower here. This is going to be the third inhib. With double supers, that might just be enough of an advantage for EDG to finish this one off.
You pointed out that AoE from Aphelios plus Orianna can just totally win you a fight straight up. So it's still going to come down to one more fight.
One more fight.
Unless... Oh, God.
I don't know, mate. I don't know if I'm convinced by that statement. We're here all night. This isn't over yet. Oh, dear. 8-22. 47 minutes on the clock. And the crazy thing is, like, this series is only just beginning. This is game one of a potential 3. EDG onto the Baron now. So I'm going to use the True Shot Barrage just to try and scout out the situation. They're going to get the Baron. Ladies and gentlemen, they've done it. EDG have got themselves the Baron.
I love it. EDG understanding if they do nothing for 30 minutes, wait for the 47-minute and 50-second mark. After having all of these inhibitors, IG won't be in a position to respond, waiting for that perfectly safe moment.
Look, they got... Well pointed out, observers.
Oh,
Hextech Ultimatum exists.
pointing out those
Ragnarok
cooldowns,
exists.
yeah.
Destiny exists.
43 seconds.
Oh, true, actually. Yeah, 4 Cloud Drakes.
Yeah. Ooh, 32-second Yuumi ultimate.
That is very scary. Also, worth mentioning that Hope already has an absurd amount of CDR. Like, his ult is already, like, essentially a 30-second cooldown when you're queuing all the time. The queue reduces cooldowns by 1.5 seconds, so... Hope is going to ult multiple times in a fight. I wouldn't be surprised.
The kind of sad thing about it is that IG are so close to their base, right? They're going to be under their Nexus where they can constantly walk up to Fountain and try to get that healing back, but...
Yeah, but EDG have comparable healing in the form of a Yuumi.
Yes.
Which is arguably stronger than the Fountain.
I was going to say, you're saying Yuumi equals Fountain, but no. Yuumi better than Fountain confirmed. We don't care about the shopkeep here.
No. The players have proven many times they don't care about the shopkeeper here. Many games have been lost to the shopkeeper in the LPL. Oh dear. Such as Bloodthirster on Ezreal. I don't know how optimal that is. But I'm not going to make any bold statements. I know my place in the league scene.
Now we're going to see EDG get 3 inhibitors. Now it's, again, it's rough. I actually feel like drawing this game out makes it much harder to close had they gone for an aggressive play, 20 minutes ago. Because now IG can just turtle. They have so much wave clear next to their turrets. And you don't have any great way of diving IG's Nexus.
But I don't think EDG are going to try, right? I think
just
what they're going to do is just try and use the Baron to win.
Yep, just buff up all the waves, let the minions do the work for you. But once again, IG's wave clear is pretty good. Even against Baroned up supers, doesn't matter.
Yeah, bear in mind the supers in mid and top are only just starting to come on in. They found a pick. Oh my. IG have found a pick. Lyric, it's falling apart for EDG. Elder's up in 2 minutes.
Can it fall apart if it never really came together?
I mean, they've been ahead the whole game.
Have they been
it
ahead?
Can't end like
or
this.
Does IG want you to think that EDG's ahead? Are we wrong? Has IG been the mastermind the whole time?
This is going to be the meta. In 3 weeks, everyone's going to draft this composition.
Does
you
this
fall
go
behind for 50 minutes and then win.
Does this go to 60 minutes?
No, because IG are going to get themselves an Elder in a minute. And IG know how to close games. That's one thing that's for sure.
You know, this Elder might be the best thing to happen to EDG ever because it will force IG to come fight them and for them to realize, oh, hey, we're strong.
You know what, Lyric? This Elder, even if IG gets it and wins the game, is a positive for EDG because at least it'll put them out of their misery at this point.
I agree.
Like, if I'm EDG, I just want this game to end.
I feel like we're attacking this the wrong way. We're thinking, who wins with this Elder spawning win? The real winners are us and the viewers. Actually,
Yeah.
this game's been pretty
Look,
exciting.
This is match of the week. We've got a 51-minute bomb between IG and EDG. This is what I wanted. Now we get a catch onto Rookie of all people, 70-second death timer onto Ning as well. IG got too confident, they stepped out of the base, and EDG snapped down the jaws. True Shot Barrage way too early, and Puff is here on Aphelios. He has to flash away to safety. Junja trying to chase it up, but Ning still survives.
EDG realized they have a destiny, and they're finally going to look to close out this game.
Puff pulls himself to safety on the Dark Passage. EDG going to force the issue onto the Nexus Tower as they go. Cleanse out of hope to keep himself safe. We've got to see Puff do something miraculous here. We've got to see Aphelios doing Aphelios things, but in they go and down he falls. Southwind will go as well. And EDG, after all of that, after 52 minutes, they don't even need the Elder Drake, and they find themselves a win.
It might have taken the past 30 minutes, but they realize they have this global to punish a member of IG. Though, kudos to IG because